she stripped down to nothing but a thong.
Range Wilson, fitness, comedy, life.
As spring turned into summer at the Venice Beach condo, I had made some progress on my resolutions to sober up and focus on my screenwriting. But when the July 4th weekend rolled around, I decided it was time to bust loose. My housemates David and Grant wanted to head over to James Beach, a local night spot that is still there today. I joined them, but it turned out that not much was happening there. So I went back to the condo, got naked except for a towel and sandals, and headed to the beach. I planned on doing some late night skinny dipping, which is something I would do on occasion when the crowds of Los Angeles started getting to me. On most nights, the beach was completely deserted, but this night would be an exception. On my way towards the water, I caught the attention of a young hottie named Erin, who was hanging out with several guys in front of a beachfront condo. She flounced over to me and asked me what I was doing. I told her I planned on going skinny dipping and invited her to join me. She said she couldn't because she was with her boyfriend. She headed back to the party and I figured that would be the end of it. So I headed towards the ocean and took a swim as I had planned. Afterwards I dried off and headed back towards my condo. On the way I ran into Erin again and it turned out she had been abandoned by her boyfriend. I felt awful about that, so I offered to keep her company. She said that Tim, the co-owner of the beachfront condo, had made her the same gallant offer. She ended up inviting both of us over to her place. On the way there, Erin mentioned that she had done some modeling. Naturally, I told her about my nude photo shoot with Carly. After we got to her place, I saw a cheap disposable camera there and picked it up and asked Erin if she would like to do some test shots. Much to my surprise, she stripped down to nothing but a thong and started striking some poses. I took a bunch of photos and then expressed my regret that I did not have my pro quality camera with me. Tim suggested that I go get my camera so we could do a photo shoot on the beach. I figured that was just a ploy to get rid of me so he could get busy with Erin. But after some prodding on both their parts, I agreed to head back to my condo and get my camera. When I returned, I was surprised to see the two of them waiting outside her condo, eager to put my photography skills to the test. We headed down to the beach and up onto a lifeguard tower. Then we noticed that there were two people underneath the tower. It turned out they were a couple that had traveled down from Alameda in the San Francisco Bay Area. They were planning to spend the night on the beach and then catch the Muscle Beach bodybuilding show the next day. This unexpected audience did not deter Erin, who stripped completely naked and started striking some poses. The conditions were far from ideal for photography, but I still managed to get some decent shots considering the circumstances. However, the results were definitely not artistic by YouTube standards. And for that reason, as well as privacy considerations, I will not be sharing those photos with you here. I will show you one photo though from the beginning of our session, just so you know I am not making all of this up. I will not show Erin's face for privacy reasons, but I cannot resist the temptation to show Tim's face. As you can see, he is very surprised at how wacky this evening has become. But it was all in good fun, at least until we wrapped up the photo shoot. Then things started getting a little bit weird. The three of us ended up sitting on the lifeguard tower, with Erin between Tim and myself. Erin was still completely naked, and I was as well because I had lost my towel somewhere amidst all the chaos. Erin was groping me and Tim was groping Erin. The couple from Alameda had decided to relocate by this point, so we were completely isolated. Given that plenty of alcohol had been consumed, there were now some real issues around temptation and consent. As it turned out, Erin realized those issues right around the same time I did. She ended the groping session in no uncertain terms and insisted that we head back to her condo. Once we got there, things became more than a little hazy. There was more alcohol and more nudity, but we were all too tired and drunk to further explore the idea of having an actual threesome. We all ended up passed out on her bed, along with her dog and cat, as I discovered when the early morning light woke me up at 6 a.m. After taking a couple of minutes to figure out where I was and how I had gotten there, I decided it was a good time to make a quick exit. I put on my towel and sandals, grabbed my camera, and managed to slip outside without waking up any of the humans or animals who were still in the bed. The next day, after fully recovering, I sent Erin an email asking if she wanted to get together again on either a personal or professional level. But as I expected, she had gotten back together with her boyfriend and just wanted to forget our wacky night together. I agreed not to show anyone her explicit photos, and I have kept that promise to this day. I hope that Erin does not completely regret our one night together, and I am thankful that Tim was a gentleman when it really counted. Although I like to have adventures, I want to be careful not to cross any lines, especially when it comes to physical intimacy. As it turned out, it would not be long before I was once again tempted to cross some lines. Tune in next time to find out what happened when I spent some quality time with 5 teenage hotties at a nude beach. Until then, click the icon to subscribe, the playlist to catch up on my life videos, or watch a video that YouTube has picked for you personally. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.